Hey, you guys are in for a treat. We're shooting our very first segment of Vetrepreneurs, where we talk to local veteran business owners and they give us some insight on their journey about becoming a local business owner. This week, our very own Dean Smith is going to give us some insight about running a pressure washer company. Stay tuned, man. It's going to be good. All right, Dean. Hey, so tell us about your time in the military.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I've been in the military, been in the Army for almost 20 years now. I joined right after September 11th. I watched the second plane, go into the tower. I was on my way into work, worked in the timber industry, and that was kind of the kick in the pants that I needed to like do something.
Okay.
Because I always kind of wanted to serve, but I guess I was too afraid to do it. So I joined the military right then, and I went off to MEPS and went through that whole process. And the recruiter, they got me. They were like, "Hey, so we got this really cool job. So how does riding dirt bikes, low crawling, sneaking behind enemy lines, like how does that sound?"
Straight out of recruiter textbook.
Yep. I was like, that sounds really cool. They you get to go blow stuff up and all this stuff. So they got me on as the 19 Delta Cab Scout. And
oh, wow.
So
they promised you like a Corvette or anything? I
mean, they said something about riding dirt bikes and stuff, which I still never, to this day, have found a dirt bike to ride in the Army.
Yeah.
But, so I went through that, then shipped off to Germany. That was my first assignment.
Oh, okay. Wow. How long have you been in Germany?
I was in Germany for 4 years, that tour.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so it's my understanding now that you're a warrant officer. So how long in the career till you transition to a warrant officer?
Yeah, so I served as a cab scout for 8 years. Then I reclassed to imagery analyst.
Oh, okay.
And I did that for a while, and then 4 years. So I was in the Army for about 12 years before I went warrant officer.
Okay. And, everybody always say we never see warrant officers. So just you guys out there, I actually caught one. So,
that's right.
So what'd you say was your most memorable time in the military?
Most memorable time in the military is probably the deployments into Iraq. I did a 16-month tour in Baghdad, and I did a 15-month tour in Taji.
Okay, so he was a part of the initial.
I was in the initial,
was the
Operation
OGs.
Iraqi Freedom.
You guys didn't have any up armor. You guys were in Humvees with sandbags.
Yeah, well, I was in Bradley, so I had Bradley fighting vehicles, so I was good. And then Strykers, the next rotation. So between Bradleys and Strykers, which are both good armored vehicles, good protection and stuff. But it was good. It was a good experience. A lot of long days. And,
so you were 20 years in. You go from driving Bradleys in the desert to business owner. So tell us a little something about your business.
Yeah, I mean, I own a company, Veterans Pressure Washing. We actually just launched another company called Veterans Concrete Coatings. Okay. But on the pressure washing side, we're full service exterior cleaning company. So we do everything from roof soft washing, siding, driveways, patios, fences, decks, all that good stuff. If it's on the outside of your home or business, we clean it. Okay. The concrete coating side is really just commercial grade polyaspartic floor coating systems for like garages and patios.
Yeah. Okay. So pressure washing was the foundation for your company. Yeah. So why pressure washing?
So because I am still active duty, I always looked at pressure washing as being something that I could do while still being able to serve. And you always know that it really takes a couple of years to get a business off the ground. Yeah. I got my business degree while still in the military. Okay. And just a lot of the things that I learned and just along the way is that it really takes a couple years to get a business going. So my goal was to start a business a couple years before I retired completely.
Okay.
Get it kind of off the ground, get our systems and processes dialed in, start making, being profitable and all that. And then I would retire and walk and step right into the business.
Okay. So how long has Veteran been in business?
Yeah, this is our 3rd year that we're in
wow.
right now. So.
Okay, so what did Veteran pressure washer look like in the beginning versus now today?
Yeah, so in the beginning it was, I built my own little trailer setup, and had it in my garage. And I was doing all the work by myself. I didn't have any helpers. My wife was answering the phone. I was doing the quotes. I was doing the work. I was doing all the business stuff.
While active duty.
Yeah. Yeah,
Man.
on the weekends and at night. And so
when'd you sleep?
That's the life of an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Right? You don't need sleep.
Man.
You just keep on going,
That's
so
definitely an Army mentality. You only need
Yeah.
4 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
All right, so you out there pressure washing on the weekends, night, your wife's answering phones, so you're doing a lot of groundwork then. So what does it look like now? Fast forward to now, 3 years now. Are you still out pressure washing, cleaning stuff on the weekends, working nights, or how do you look today?
Yeah, so a lot of stuff has changed. There's no more pressure washing for me. No more really quotes or sales, anything like that for me. Now I just really focus on building the team and and just making sure that the company is moving in the right direction and that things are running smooth. And those basically, I look at myself as I am the company's coach.
Okay.
Whether that's coaching the sales team or the admin team or the technicians.
Yeah.
I'm there to try to make sure that everybody is set up for success.
Oh, so you put together a team. So how big is your operation now as far as team? Like how many technicians you have? You say you don't answer the phone, so I'm guessing you have an office staff. So how big is your operation now?
So we have an office manager, an office admin. My wife she's the director of admin, so she still helps out. She does a lot of behind the scenes, HR type of stuff.
Yeah.
So that's the office team. Sales team, we have 2 service consultants that are out there doing quotes, and then we run 3 to 4 crews on the pressure washing side. Right now we're running 3 crews, but we scale back and forth between 3 and 4 crews of technicians out there in the field. So.
All right. So you said you started out it initially started out as like a side thing. You're doing it after work and on the weekends, and now you fast forward and you got 3 crews, 3 vehicles, an office staff. So at what point did you saw this as a viable business? At what point you was like, man, I could really turn this into something? Because out there in the scorching hot sun, I was like, man, I can't do this. And then, so at what point was that for you? It was like you saw some potential and growth there?
Yeah, I think it came when I realized that I didn't have the capacity to do all the work that was coming in.
Okay.
And so, leads were coming in. We were getting some good traction, spreading the word about our new company, and it got to the point where I had to start hiring because I just physically couldn't do it. There wasn't enough hours in a weekend for me to do the work, and so. I still remember my first hire, I was, really scared and just this, we're gonna hire this one guy and stuff, and so just to help me out on the truck. And I still remember when I gave him the keys to my truck and trailer, and he took off.
Like giving the private the keys to the Humvees.
Yeah, and I was just like, oh my gosh, man, so scared, But yeah, that's how it goes. You just gotta, you don't get to step 5, immediately. You got to go through step 1, step 2, step 3. And so I think just that first step initially is getting the work, getting enough work coming in to sustain, start build out that team.
Man, it's so motivating. So people see you and be like, man, he's a warrant officer, he's active duty, he got this big fancy company. I want to be like Dean. I'm going to start me a pressure washing company too. So how much money would you say that you need to start a pressure washer? Anybody inspiring to follow in Dean's footsteps, how much money would you say that you need to start a pressure washing company? Anybody want to get into it?
Yeah, It's really, you know, on the low end, you can go to Home Depot and buy a pressure washer on a credit card. I mean, you can get it done. I think we spent about $5,000 initial startup, and that was, you know, building out our trailer, getting some marketing material, you know, building a website, which we did ourselves initially, you know, on Wix. And just, you know, so we definitely built it on a budget. But you could build it on even more of a budget than that.
So you can actually get it much cheaper than but $5,000 would be ideal to kind of look and to get some efficient equipment.
You're right. Some professional equipment, some you know, so where you're not out there all day, you're not lugging around a portable pressure washer. Everything can be trailer mounted, and you know, just have a better setup, you know, and that makes it so you're more efficient and you're not spending all day, you know, out of the job.
Man, $5,000, man. It doesn't seem like a lot of money. It seems like a very low barrier to entry. So it seems like you can really get into it fairly quickly. So you transition $5,000 in. What is the most amount of money or the most amount of sales you guys did in 1 month?
Man, we almost broke 100,000.
Woo! 100,000. Careful, they might chapter you out. This guy's making too much money.
We were so close, but we did not hit it this year. So, you know, we still got a couple opportunities around Christmas time because we do Christmas light installation. So we, you know, but next, you know, springtime is definitely your big rush here. So,
awesome.